welcome to the next episode. In the last episode, we went through Hotland, saying our farewells. And in this episode, we're going to be starting going through Waterfall. I don't know if we'll get all of Waterfall in one episode, but let's go through Waterfall and say our farewells, as well as visit the many places we went through. Like this place, the sign that says, "Welcome to Hotland," where Papyrus called us while Undyne was chasing us, and Undyne was kind enough to actually let us take the call. Here's where we first battled with Undyne. Here we go. Bah! We got the Block Master, or Puzzle Master, or whatever he's called. You again? Bah! I don't care about going free. You think humans could appreciate the details of classic puzzles? Probably. There's a lot of humans out there. There are things like escape rooms and whatnot, so people do love puzzles. Here's the Paris Bridge that Asgore is trying to get rid of. The prophecy that we're reading here has come true. Of course, there's nothing new with the Echo Flowers. Is there anybody here in the corner? Doesn't look like it. Make our way through this room. I don't think there's any monsters to talk to in this room whatsoever. Love this theme. Seeing that we're near Tadami Village, let's go check them out. Let's see how they feel about being free. Whoa! Tim hear news! Very good! Whoa! Tim hear news! Very good! Yeah! Tims can go free! A pleasant development, no? Whoa! If Tims can go on surface, can see lots of cutie humans! Everyone go free, but Tim! Tim, don't leave! Tim, watch egg! Then Tim will happily be a family. Or family, I think is what he said. It's a hard-boiled egg, and don't think that's ever gonna hatch. Chaos! Mushroom dance, whatever could it mean? It symbolizes my unbinded happiness. The government told me they are willing to transport me outside. Why didn't you smile at my dance? It almost feels a little rude. She's waiting for someone to let her out. Hey, welcome to Tim Shop. Oh yeah, I forgot he actually has information about the armor. Tim armor so goods! Any battles become an easy victories. But Tim thinks if you use armors, battles wouldn't be a challenge anymore. But Tim have a solution. Tim offer a scholarships. If you lose a lot of battles, then Tim lower the price. So if you get too tough battle and feel frustrated, can buy Tim armor as last resort. But Tim armor is so good, promise you only buy it if you really need it. Yeah, sadly there's nothing about him going free. Or her, whatever gender this Tem is. I think a lot of people tend to think this Tem is female. So either Toby didn't think of anything for that Tem to say, or that Tem is completely oblivious. Let's go talk to Grayson. Wahaha! I knew you could do it! Fluffybuns, why? Okay, I remember it clearly now. It was the monthly address at the castle, and the queen was giving her part of the current events. After finishing her update, she moved to pass the microphone to the king. However, she didn't realize the microphone was still in her hands when she said, "Your turn, Fluffybuns." The audience burst into laughter. Realizing what she said, she started laughing too. After a few moments, the king held up his arms. The crowd grew silent. He leaned towards the microphone, expression stern. "Dear citizens, thank you for coming here today. I, King Fluffybuns." And the rest is history. So that's why he has the nickname Fluffybuns. Is Asgore a goat? Goat? Actually, that reminds me. Toriel once wore a flower pattern muumuu. Which, if you don't know what a muumuu is, I believe a muumuu is basically a type of Hawaiian dress. Folks kept saying, "Nice muumuu" to her, but she kept thinking they were calling her a cow. She never wore it again. What was the question again? Oh, right, Asgore. He's a real interesting type of monster, the strongest type of all. We call them boss monsters. When they have an offspring, the soul power of the parent flows into the child, causing the child to grow as the parent age. But Asgore doesn't have a child, so he's been stuck at the same age, and probably will be forever. What if the child is a human? What? Nah, that wouldn't work. If Asgore's your father, he would definitely outlive you. So this is a bit of trivia that you learn about the boss monsters. When a boss monster has a child, they will start eventually aging, because their magical power is flowing into the child, and by proxy, making the child a boss monster. I believe as long as one of the parents is a boss monster, then the child will always be a boss monster. However, if the child dies before the parents, if both respective parents are boss monsters, will stop aging. This is why both Asgore and Toriel have lived for about, I think it's like hundreds if not thousands of years, without ever aging shortly after Asriel's death. Because without Asriel, their magical power has nowhere to go, and so it stopped their aging process. So Toriel and Asgore have been outliving everybody. With only a few exceptions of a few monsters like Grayson here, who is a turtle, so he naturally probably has one of the longest lifespans of most other creatures in the underground. And they cannot just simply adopt a child, monster or human, because the child needs to be biological. They will just outlive any child they adopt, regardless if it's a monster or human. The child needs to be biological, but in nature. So until Toriel and Asgore either get together or find people to love and have children with, if respectively, they are stuck at their current ages. Which I believe Asgore and Toriel are supposed to be around, I think like their 30s or something like that in human age. Somewhere around that age, 30 to 40s. I know Toriel, they say she's somewhat of an old woman, but other than that, they never do specify their age and what their age equivalent would be to a human. But I believe it has been theorized to be somewhere between the 30s to 40s. Asgore and Toriel. Oh yeah, of course. Toriel was the queen and Asgore was the king. It was tragic when she left, since everyone knew she was really the brains behind the throne. So apparently, Asgore not very bright. But it was also just a teensy bit relieving, you know? Those two were really insufferable together. Nuzzling noses, being all cute and cuddly in public, embarrassing their children. You're supposed to be like Asgore's best friend or something like, or at least one of his best friends. Why are you saying this? Wouldn't that technically count as treason? Even if you were to speak badly about your royals like that. But either or. Yeah, especially since wasn't he the head royal guard for a significant amount of time? But anyway. The embarrassment of their children part I can honestly believe. They were so sweet, eat at it. It made me sick. Thank God those days are over. Yep, you would definitely be... I think that would definitely count as treason at that point. Undine. She's really come a long way since she was a little urchin. I used to be a hero myself. Back in the old days. Grayson the Hammer of Justice. When she was younger, Undine would follow me around. Watch me beat up bad guys. Sometimes she would even try to help. Though most of the time, the folks she attacked weren't bad guys. It do be a mailman or something like that. Anywho, I appreciate it. Wahahaha! I knew you could do it. Be careful out there, kid. It's a snail. You wonder if Toriel has seen it. Snail, you reached the end of your expensive journey. Snail, what a long trip. Remember to stretch your muscles. The housing market will probably crash now. But you know, home is where the heart is. Using its money, the snail bought a hat. What hat? I don't even see a hat on it. And you cannot do snail racing, unfortunately. Oh, looks like Mediton has returned home. There you are, Fristy darling. Feast your eyes, Dr. Alfie's completed my wonderful new body. Oh, and did you hear? The barrier's open. I can't wait to see the sun. The greatest spotlight of all! Oh yes, I suppose I should thank you too, darling. Before fighting you, I had forgotten how fun it was to perform with others. So I have now been searching for hot talents to fill up my upcoming troupe. So far, Siren agreed to be my backup singer. And Biel, Napsabokia, will be my sound mixer. The three of us performing together. It really feels overdue, doesn't it? So Mediton is starting a troupe on the surface, with his cousin Napsabook and his good friend, Siren. Oh, Mediton, I'm a huge fan. Oh, hi, human. I will never forget when you cheered me on. When I was pretending to sleep. No one had ever had so much faith in my fake sleep. Also, this is awkward, but what's your name? Everyone seems to know it now, except me. It seems like I've been missing out a lot. Been missing out lately. I was just sitting at home listening to tunes. Then there was a flash of light outside my window. I saw the snails on the farm disappear. Then I heard a knock at the door. The flashlight wanted to come in. I closed the blinds. I just love the idea. I just love the idea when Asriel was absorbing all the souls of the monsters. This light that he's using to absorb the door had the politeness to knock at Napstablook's door to try and claim his soul. That's actually kind of funny to think about, actually. Now everyone knows your name except for me. Friss, okay, I won't forget it. So everyone knows our name, because their souls got absorbed. So that's the one thing they do remember, even if we didn't directly see them in the fight. But apparently, according to Napstablook, yeah, he was the only person in the underground that didn't get his soul absorbed by Asriel because he hid in his house. And apparently Asriel's power was kind enough to knock at his door and not try to force its way into his house to take his soul. So here's Napstablook's house. pythons. Still, that's kind of funny to think about. But anyway, we'll end the episode here. In the next episode, we will continue exploring Waterfall, saying our goodbyes. If you enjoyed this episode, do like the videos, it helps tremendously. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on this episode. And share the video so more people can discover my content and help the channel grow. And I'll see you all next time. Later.